What up, folks? Welcome back to ULTRAZILLA Toys, and today I have a review of the Disney Store Toybox Thor and Hulk figures. This is the new Disney Store exclusive line of figures based on Disney Infinity. While I've never honestly played that game, I've always admired those small figures based on the game that you use with the game. And, recently I almost picked up a bunch of them as they went on clearance at Toys R Us. I think it was something like buy one, get four free, something ridiculous like that. But I'm glad I held out because now we have articulated figures that are bigger. And they're pretty cool. They're very heavy, especially that Hulk. He's very heavy figures. And I'm sure I'll say that a bunch of times during this review. And there's a fly flying around here. Get out of here. Just landed on my camera. And yeah, so they just announced these like a week ago or so, maybe a week and a half ago. And boom, dropped on Friday. You could order them online or you could get them at your nearest Disney store. Now, for the Disney store itself, at least the one near me, well, there's kind of two near me, but one you have to pay a toll to get to. I'm not going to do that. They said that they were getting staggered into the store. So the first night they had Thor here, Buzz Lightyear, Rey, First Order Stormtrooper, Kylo Ren, so all of the Star Wars ones. And then they were missing Woody and Iron Man and Hulk. Iron Man and Hulk came in the next day, so I stopped in and got Hulk. Did not get Iron Man, didn't really like how it looked. Probably won't be getting that unless I get it on clearance, and I probably won't be getting like the First Order Stormtrooper. I didn't really like that one that much. Rey looked really cool. Didn't pick her up because she was a little messed up and scratched. Here is the brochure that comes with these guys real quick. Just wanted to show you. That's all the animation versions there. But on the back, you'll see a checklist. There's Kylo and Rey and First Order Stormtrooper. And you can see there's more to come. Just generic, placeholders here. Buzz, Woody, Jessie. Jessie was the other one. Didn't pick her up either. Didn't like Jessie or the First Order Stormtrooper or Iron Man. Mostly because I didn't like how their legs looked. I felt like they were very, thin. And I felt like they weren't going to stand well. I don't know. I just didn't really care for them. Something about this one didn't look so great. Jessie, I'm not a big fan of the character, so I don't really think I'm going to get her. And Iron Man, and this is something I want to show you, had different colors altogether. And the aesthetic for Hulk and Thor, as you can see here, are different. These are the classic versions, and these are more movie versions. So it's really weird that they changed between printing these things and getting the figures done. They changed them so drastically. It's very, very strange that this happened. Look, those are the classic Thor and Hulk. Now, I actually like this Thor better than this one, but I'm disappointed, man, because this classic Hulk looks incredible. If you would have given me this Hulk with that head sculpt, you see that? That just looks way better. I would have been happy, but they changed that. It's a little bit disappointing and a little strange that happened. But let's get into the figures because that's what we're here for. And again, I like them. They're pretty cool. Now, these figures, I'm going to say another thing, talk about one other thing. Because I've seen a lot of hate online for these guys already. Like collectors, hating it. Oh, these are for kids. Okay, cool. They're for kids. So it's like probably half the figures you collect. So what's the problem? These are exactly what they're supposed to be. They're super cartoony, stylized versions of these heroes because it's based on the Disney Infinity game. This is exactly. Did you expect anything less than this? I don't get it. Anything more than this? This is what they're supposed to be. So I don't mind them at all, and I can't wait to share them with my son. So They serve multiple purposes here. It could be a collector. When I was in the Disney store the second day getting the Hulk, there was a dad getting a couple of figures. He was getting an Iron Man for his son and a Hulk for himself, or was it Thor? I can't remember. Maybe it was Thor and the Hulk. And we were discussing just that. You know, like this is fun for both. I think this is very cool, especially if you like the game, if you like the aesthetics. You know, like, if you don't like it, just, you don't need to talk about it. Don't get it. Nobody's forcing you to spend your money on these things. So, it's okay, guys. Just go buy what you like. This is my theme for everything. Buy what you like. Alright, so, here's Thor looking cool. This is a really nice looking Thor. I really like the head sculpt. Looks good. The hair is sculpted nice, like, nice cartooniness. Yeah, you see some errant blue here on his hair. That's a bit unfortunate. But the rest of the paint on his eyes and stuff and his beard, it looks really good. So that portion is nice. His body looks cool. I really like, and I'm a cartoony-ish artist myself, so I appreciate the cartoony details. I like his chest a lot. They're very top-heavy, these guys. So that's something to note. But it looks good. The musculature looks really nice. I do like, it's cartoony, but I feel like it works well, you know? It's clean. His arms are clean, so that's good. I do like how his fists look. Again, the chest looks good. You got these big buttons here, and they all look pretty cool. The blue lines going up and around here looks very nice as well. Colorization-wise, paint-wise. His cape looks good. I really like the sculpt work on the cape. It's kind of, it's like a soft plastic up here, but then come down to the bottom, and for some reason, it is thicker. Oh, and I do see another seam there, so that's interesting. It is thicker on the edges, and it's a separate piece glued together. Wow, weird. I wonder why they did that. Huh, it felt weird. Then you got his legs here, all done in gray. His hip skirt is hard plastic, unfortunately, which is, we'll talk about more in the articulation section, but legs look pretty good. Again, they're kind of like thin at the thighs, comparatively speaking to his arms. And then, you know, the molding on his boots looked pretty decent with the straps going around. I wish there was some paint on the straps. That would have been good, but it is what it is. It's fine. Articulation on this guy. Head, I believe, is on a ball joint. Hard to tell. Very little movement there. He can look down a little bit, but very little movement side to side, unfortunately. Hinge, swivel at the shoulders is hindered a bit by the cape, but it works. Then you got a swivel at the elbow and a really deep hinge here at the elbow. He could actually go backwards. Hinge at the wrist there is also big. When there's hinges here, they're pretty big. And swivel at the waist, and then, you know, here is, actually, you know what, he could come out pretty far despite the hard plastic here. So these are ball jointed on, can kick out that much, not much going backwards at all. He can swivel at the knee, and he has a hinge there, but you don't get too much motion there. I do find this leg to be a little loose on mine, not really this one, but definitely this one here is a tad loose. Then you got a nice big hinge at the knee, no rocker on this one. He comes with Mjolnir here, put him down. Just gray and like a kind of a brownish, you know, it's not super clean, but it works. Both of these guys, their weapons here, just word of warning, they don't go in right out of the package too well. At least neither one of mine did. I had to heat up their hands a bit, just put them underneath some hot water for about 30 seconds, and then they popped in better. So there you go. So let's bring in the Hulk, and let's start with his weapon as well. It comes with this like giant pipe, just to get it out of his hand. So he's got this giant bent up pipe. And I really like this, actually. It's just gray plastic. But it's sculpted pretty well. I like how it's all bent out of shape and stuff. That's pretty cool. And it's bent really funny, like at the where his hand would grip it. So that's pretty cool. And then you can see that piece there is where you want to put it up top, because it's molded to like slot right in if it's heated up well. But there you go. That's really nice. I dig that idea. When he's holding it, his arms, this one, he holds it pretty good, but it is a little heavy in there. And I've definitely noticed, like, see, I have the loose leg on that one. This guy has a loose arm on this side. So it's a good thing they didn't put that in this hand. You can do stuff with it, but when it's like super close to his body, actually when it's super close to his body, it's not bad. It's when it's maybe out here, yeah, it kind of tends to fall a little bit. Because it's heavy, again, there you go, see, I just knew I was going to say it again. Very heavy figures, super thick plastic, so I dig that. I think that makes for a nice, sturdy, like just solid feeling figure, even though, you know, pieces are a little loose at the joints, because each piece is super heavy. Let's start with the articulation on this guy and get out of the way. Head is on a ball joint. He has more movement than Thor does. Waist swivel, ball hinge combo there. Swivel hinge combo there, I should say. Big joint, so you get his arm pretty far, you know, big hinge there. Only a swivel at the elbow. And then you got that big hinge at the wrist and the swivel there. You do, however, have a swivel at the thigh, but nothing in his knee at all. And then you got a swivel, not a swivel, hinge and a rocker, actually, at his foot. So a little bit different articulation than Thor, but it works well for this guy. Like, because of the way he's sculpted, I think it works pretty fine. And I really like the sculpt. But, you know, and the head, it's funny because this is the second time I'm filming this review because my audio was messed up. Hopefully my audio is not so messed up this time. Also might have some problems. But, like, his head sculpt, while I was a little more down on it when I filmed this review last night because I really wanted an other head sculpt. But I do like this head sculpt, and it's grown on me a little bit. You know, he's just like a sad Hulk. But I like it. I like how the hair is molded and his eyebrows look cool, painted on fine. His eyes look painted well. Now, I will warn you, I chose this guy out of like a lot of them, and I felt like a lot of them, their eyes weren't good. Didn't have that problem with Thor, but definitely had that problem with Hulk here. So I just want to let you know about that. I do dig his chest. Looks really cool, very simplified. That little cut there, I did that when I was trying to take it out. Unfortunately, you know, everything is sculpted well here. I like the simplified muscles again. Look at his back. It's just sculpted nicely. So, and his arms are sculpted really well. I really dig the way it looks. It's cartoony and it's cool. Big fist looks good. Then his pants are molded very nicely. This is all actual sculpt work going in. So while they changed it, at least they didn't change it like and make it terrible. It looks good. It's a good like Avengers like feel to it, and his feet are nicely cartoonily done. I dig that. So it's a pretty good, and the lines are clean here also. So the paint is really nice. It's very clean. It looks really good. You know, they both look pretty good. I really like them. I really do. And I think my son's going to like them too. So we'll see how that goes. But these look great. And I definitely think if you like the style, you know, for one thing, your kids are going to like them for sure. So definitely pick them up for them. But I think you as a collector are going to like them as well. They're just really cool, especially if you like the style. You know, again, if you don't worry about it. Just move along. It's fine. But if you dig this, if you dig Disney Infinity, I think you're going to like these figures. You know, they're really cool. All right, so let's do some size comparisons before we sign off here. Let's bring in the next ones I'm going to review. So you have Buzz Lightyear. So he's significantly smaller and Kylo Ren. So both of these guys are smaller than those. So these guys I'll review together as well. And then let's bring in some other folks. How about this is good for you guys. Marvel Legends Spider-Man here, just to see how tall they are with him. Then you got a big guy, another Thor I reviewed just recently. He's really big. That's a big Thor. So you can see he towers over him. SH Figure Arts, Ultraman Origin, who doesn't want to stand up. I always have a problem with these Ultramen in these comparisons. So you can see he's about the same size as Hulk there. So if you know how big this guy is, you could see that. Here is a basic Ben 10 figure, one of the new ones I picked up. Also look for reviews of these guys really soon. And now you can see, and this is something I wanted to mention. It's a good thing I brought them in. The price point for these guys, for the Infinity guys, toy box guys, are $12.95 each. These guys are like $8.99. So, you know, like I think the price point for these are very good compared to like what you get as far like Playmates, especially for exclusives. $12.95. That's totally fine. All right, guys, and that's all I got. Well, you know what? Here, one more. Here's a little guy, another little Marvel Legends Groot, so you can see how big he is with them. Okay, and that's it now. I think they're cool. I really do. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts below on them. You know, did this review help you? Do you want to go get them? I think you should. They're cool. All right, guys. So that's all I got. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And until next time, peace out, peeps.